Oh, yeah.
Hey, how you doing? You're doing okay. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to ASMR stream numero uno. How we doing? You doing well? we doing okay? We well? We good? We're doing okay. Rig shit for ASMR, that's right. Oh, it's freezing. We doing okay? We're good. I think we're good. I think we're okay. Sweet. Hello. Oh, God, people here already. Oh, there we go. There we go. There's the stream noise. There we go. Oh, warmer. Much better. It's freezing. Sit rep. Cold. It's bloody. It is. It's absolutely iceberg at the moment. And that's all good. We got the older. Got a moonshot. Big bottle of water. That's all. It's got nothing in it. So it's just a big bottle. Actually, I should have filled that up. Yep. Should have filled that up. I did. Spilled that, never mind. Good start. Very loud, deliberate slurp. Oh, fuck me, that's strong. Put a bit too much in that. Right. Lovely. I need to just move where my second monitor is. You're going to hear a bit of the old background noise. To do it whenever I can. There we go. That is still not tilted far enough. We need to be like... How tilted do we need to be here? We need to be like Aero playing, League levels of tilted. And then we put that to there. Sorry, I had a nerd rage earlier. I haven't had a nerd rage in such a long time. I got so frustrated. I was playing League of all games. I was playing League of Legends, and I had such a nerd rage while I was playing. I inexplicably shoved my keyboard back. Like, think the angry German kid, where he's hitting the keyboard, going, I don't know, but you know the meme from like 2008. And I've inexplicably made about 2 inches more desk space, and I have no idea why. I must have jarred my monitor and just warped the space-time continuum, because behind this monitor there's loads of wires, and it couldn't go any further back. But somehow it's gone further back. So I could actually get a nicer keyboard, which is nice. It's been a long time. I'm using, for anybody, if you want to Google it, it's a Logitech K120, which sounds all official, but it is literally the most dull laptop you've ever had. K120 is literally it's just awful. To give you an idea of just how bad of a keyboard it is, we've got the same ones at work. So if that isn't any anyway, in fact, I could just bootleg one from, to be honest. But hey, what can you do? Right then. It's quiet. I'm going to be playing some boats, some cold waters. I've been doing a little bit of that. I really wasn't sure what I was going to play. Oh, new card. Oh, have a look. This. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hang on. I'm reading stuff. Let me put it on sit cap going on. Let's go for display capture. There you go. Look at this. New content coming soon. Probably have to go to a full. Drag you in a little bit there. Yeah, well, you can hear that. So, published on the 2nd of November. This is Cold Waters. We've been busy working on Cold Waters, and over the next few months, expect to see some new content added to the game. The plan, subject to changes, to have all of this sometime around the new year. So, new playable submarines. We're getting the Seawolf and the 66i. 66i. 6. Oh, sorry, 688i. I submarine. The Los Angeles class submarine. Already got a Los Angeles class. Oh, the late Los Angeles submarine. See, this is the late one. Photo of. No, not. It's the one. Basically, the difference is, it's the one with the fins full. Oh, this is the only picture I can find. That. The one with basically, so it's the normal Los Angeles class submarine, but it's the one with the fins down here, rather than on the conning tower. So that's interesting. It's not even centered. There you go. So it's still not even centered. That's the best I can do for you. The camera's all off center. So yeah, that's pretty cool. What else have we got? We've got oil rigs. Neutral vessels will now be transiting the combat theatre, and oil rigs may be present in some regions, making it crucial to correctly identify targets before unleashing weapons. That's cool. I like that. The South China Sea, that should be interesting. All new campaign map based in South China, or the South China Sea, is coming to the naval conflict set in the early to mid-90s. Various ships include the Luhu, the Luda, the Zhanggu, the Zhanghu 3, the Zhangwei, the Zhengdu, the Yukon, the Yuting. This is just, I'm pretty sure these are just readouts on a Chinese takeaway menu. The Zai, the Zai, the Han, the Song, the Hang Songlo, the Kilo, the Ming, and the Foxtrot. The Foxtrot, I guess, I guess it's on loan, and it's the PLA, the People's Liberation Army. That should be cool. Definitely looking forward to that. So that should be sweet. 68i sounds like a CPU. It does. CPU with missing numbers, exactly. So that's pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing that in the game. But we don't have them yet, and we should be getting them soon. I like the idea that there is now some kind of continuity threat between, engaging what is a civilian craft and what's a normal craft. Because I believe there is only hostile tankers at the moment. There's no civilian traffic. I'm pretty sure, anyway. You won't find civilian traffic in and around the water. But anyway, you sound a bit cut off. Let me adjust this little nobule. Hopefully that shall fix it. If anything, it's actually just made me really loud. Has it made me really loud? Should I increase this recording? Blue Yeti, is it set to 100? Oh, it's set to 94. There we go. Hopefully I'm a bit more bassy now. I can't wait to get my room refurbished in the new year as well, because then I get rid of this squeaky chair. Literally, it's all you can hear on the fucking streams. It's really annoying. Anyway, let's lower the mic in a little bit, and let's play some Cold Waters. I should already have a stream window set up for this, so when the game eventually boots, we should be good as gold. Fingers crossed. I think that is the point of it, major lag. I think we can blow up the Chinese. I think that's coming. There we go. That's all working properly. Right then, I am just going to go for the old tinkle toe. I'm going to just go for a leak, and then we shall start playing. It's here, prime squeaky chair. Listen to that. It's amazing. Right, just a sec, and then we'll get started. heart's content. Brilliant. Right. There we go. Right then. AFK streamer. Right. Well. Sweet. There we go. Lovely. So, a few people turning up. We've got the stream, good number of people in. Everything's scrolled down in chat because that's what Twitch does. Hello. Lovely. What the hell is the GLHF pledge? Good luck, have fun pledge. I've got no idea what that is. Never mind then. So let's play some Cold Waters. What do we want to do? Do people feel like playing the Russians or the Americans or the British? I'm not really a fan of the British submarines because they're all just reskins of the Russian ones. So we'll probably either just choose between sort of NATO and the US NATO submarines.
Yeah.
Smithcloud, thanks very much. And I think somebody subscribed during the intro. I don't have your name, I'm afraid, but you know who you are. Thanks very much. Pledging not to be an ass on the internet. It's a good thing to pledge for. NATO, we've got a couple of people want to play Russia. Got another NATO. Who else? Doing some miniatures painting at the same time. Fair enough, mate. Jump to the right. Some of that Amazon money, yeah. A few people want to do NATO, so we shall do a NATO summary. Somebody fucking to dosh going all the way. Subscription sound really confused me. Yeah, it would do. Right, it confuses me as well. To be honest, is this game easy to get into? No, it's quite complex, especially because we play it on very hard. So we're going to play, I don't want to play a 68. I think a lot of people want us to do NATO. It's pretty even split, to be honest. You didn't even announce your stream on Discord. I did announce my stream on Discord. Didn't I? I thought I did. Oh, never mind. Right, we're going to play as the Americans, I think. I like the Yanks, so we'll probably play a communist one another time. So let's see who we're going to play as. We've got the Narwhal class here, which is a likely candidate. We've got a Sturgeon, Hermit, we've got Skipjacks and everything like that. I think there's even... Oh my god. Groovy as fuck. Holy shit. And these are all like the special submarines. Who else have we got? Have we got like... Here's the Los Angeles ones. This is the one that we're going to be getting in the game when it eventually... This is a modded one, but this is that 688, 688i. That is basically this submarine, but it's been modded to have the planes down here. But they should be up there. And so on. Lovely. Your voice is being cut off at the end of your sentences. That's very strange. Let me just change the threshold on my noise gate then. Filters, noise gate. Open and close threshold. Have there. There? That? No, I don't think that's. Let's try there. And like there. Is that better? That could be better. Maybe I should just... No, can't remove the noise gate. Is that... I think that's about... that'll do. The 212A is in the mod, that's right, a German submarine. There we go. Right, I don't know. I really don't know who I'm going to play. We've got the Virginia class and stuff like that. I'm not a big fan on like some of the US boats. You got the Iowa class SSN. We could play this one. Well, this is an SSGN. It's a very quiet submarine. This is actually a very advanced attack submarine. We could play this one. Do you want to play in an Iowa? The test depth is only 1,000 feet, 4 wires. It's got ad caps, it's got advanced MOS and UGM 84s. It cannot fire the TLAMs, so you won't be getting any TLAM missions. We could play with this one. The gain is a little bit high. We shall lower the gain then. Dial it in. That should be a little bit more reasonable, hopefully. I think we could just solve a lot of things if I move the microphone a bit closer. There we go. Right, yeah, what do we want to play? Escape depth. 4 of the Iowa class SSBNs, this is an SSGN, have been converted to cruise missile submarines, SSGNs. The Iowa, the Michigan, the Florida, and the Georgia. The conversion modified the 22 of the 24 8.8-inch, 2.2 meter diameter Trident missile tubes to contain large vertical launch systems. one configuration of which may be a cluster of 7 Tomahawk cruise missiles. In this configuration, the number of cruise missiles carried can be a maximum of 154, the equivalent to what is typically deployed on a surface battle group. So a single submarine was able to carry 154 Tomahawk cruise missiles. It's actually a very scary prospect, if you think about it. I'm saying that wrong, aren't I? The Iowa? No, I'm saying that terribly wrong. Improved Virginia class is just broken, is it? What's the Improved Virginia? 2015 era. Theoretical design. Oh yeah, well, theoretical design, there you go. How much? 104 decibels. Next generation capability upgrade for the... I think I'm saying that wrong. Yeah, imagine if something went wrong, yeah. Oh... The Ohio, not the Iowa. Sorry, there's a rookie mistake. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which submarine we're going to play. Let's just keep ticking. Got a George Washington, got an Ethan Allen, Stingray, looks fucking disgusting. Barbell, a couple of barbells. Got a Guppy, a Tang, an Albacore, the old Jive Turkey, and I've got an Excelsior, which looks absolutely fantastic. Yeah, that looks awesome. There's quite a few in this mod, to be honest. We've got like some Italian ones. Right. I'm not too sure. We could play a Seawolf. They're going to add a Seawolf to the game. This is the Seawolf that we've got at the moment. It's a modified... what's it one? What's this? Ah, it's a 1990. I hate playing outside of the era's thresholds. We could play a Mark III or a, Fleet 3. SSN 751, the 688. We could play one of these ones. Quieter and equipped with an updated hull and towed array, backfitted from the Seawolf class, represents a significant leap over the original 688. Yeah, it's not a real submarine. Yeah. Yeah, that fucking spaceship one wasn't a real one. I am a bit stuck. I don't know which one to play. We could play in the Skipjack. The Skipjack is like a fucking awful submarine, but we could play in it. I mean, why not, right? USS Scorpion sank with all hands in 1968. This is a 1968 era submarine. We'd probably really struggle with this. Permit, probably one of my favourite subs. We could play in a Narwhal. Should we play in the Narwhal? I'm sure we've played in the Narwhal before. It's a very quiet submarine. It doesn't actually say how quiet, but it is very quiet. It's a very quiet submarine. One-off design intended to make use of a special circulation power plant. Skipjack, you usually do well in it. I haven't played the Skipjack since they changed it. This version of the Skipjack only has a single wire for its torpedoes, which means I can only guide one torpedo at a time. The other ones have to be like dumbfired, which is a bit interesting. In service since 1959. Well, to be fair, should we play in the Skipjack? Usually, see, the problem is that we usually do so well. We usually do really well. We sink loads of ships and stuff like that. Seldom ever do we really struggle, and I think we'll really struggle in the Skipjack. So we'll play the Skipjack, I think. Yeah, those curves, I know. I think, yeah, we should play the Skipjack for nothing other than the fact that it's probably going to be really difficult to play. I think we should play that. You played the Narwhal and it was fun. Yeah, let's play the Skipjack then, just because it's going to be difficult as balls. I've not played it since they reworked it, so expect it to be very short. So let's play in the Skipjack class. Effective immediately, you are hereby assigned command of Skipjack class submarine USS Shark, SSN 591. Congratulations and good luck in your new command. So, to give anybody an inkling, it is the year that we're fighting. It is 1984. We are taking a submarine that was put into service in 1959. 1959, this was first put out, and it's a 20-year-old submarine, and it's been modernised slightly, but you can only modernise something like this so much. It's very outdated. Top notch. That's it. So let's give it a go. Let's give it the old rocking and rolling. This should be really fun, actually. Obligatory newspaper cuts, all of this. What will Reaganism mean for US floral relations? Floral relations? US floral relations. What could it mean? Who knows? Let's just skip through that with some quality spacebar work and let's get in here. So, oh fucking hell, straight away. Recent Soviet port activity indicates a wolf pack of enemy cruise missile submarines will sail from Murmansk within the next 2 to 4 days and likely attempt to transit the Denmark Strait, after which they will likely interdict NATO convoys in the Atlantic. Be advised, enemy SSGNs are likely to be escorted by one or more attack submarines. Can I just check? I'm pretty sure... Does anybody remember the original call-out for this mission was in really fractured and broken English? Have they revised it? Because that was much easier to read. It is like taking a stick to a knife fight. Soviet. Triggered. It's a very long stick, yeah. Locate and sink enemy cruise missile submarines. So they're going to be going from Murmansk and they're trying to transit the Denmark Strait. Let's see what we've got. We've got 2 MOSSs and 40, or loads of Mark 48. So we're going to reload the MOSSs into these bottom 2 tubes like this, and we're going to go for it. So we need to get up to the Denmark Strait and quickly. So they're transiting from Murmansk, and we're just going to lie in wait, basically. I really don't know how we're going to do against this is a fucking 20-year-old submarine. How are we going to do against like Akulas and Sierras? Ah, there we go. So currently we've got special forces teams and stuff stationed on the coast that should be doing call-outs. We've also got these air patrols and things that should be able to spot them. They'll be coming up here sort of into the Greenland Sea very soon. This is where they're intending to go, so they're going to begin the push north soon, and we've got to intercept them. Let's wait for an air patrol to dispatch. Oh, hang on. This could be the guy we're after. It's a good thing we didn't put all our boats in one, all our eggs in one basket. They have to come up here. Oh my god, so many attack submarine fleets. Oh my god, this is going to be interesting. Oh, hang on. We bumped into someone. Shit, I wasn't ready. I wanted to change the options. Captain, we have a new sonar report bearing 1... God, we were in a good position. Bearing 108, designated as Sierra 1. Our depth is 50 feet, heading 60. Speed is 5 knots. There is no surface protection, no surface duct, no thermal layer, and it is overcast with a moderate breeze. Time is 0600 hours on the 12th of November 1984. We shall simply man battle stations and rig for ultra-quiet running.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Now, what I wanted to do was just increase the volume ever so slightly. So we've got our volume here. Let's just increase the music. Just increase that ever so slightly as well. I want you to get immersed in it. I want you to get immersed in the... Oh yeah. No, in fact that's way too loud, isn't it? Maybe I should just turn it up for myself. Let's turn it to about there. Video, what's all of this? VSync off. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. 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 There we go. That's good. Right then, so we're in our very outdated nuclear attack submarine. We've got at least 2 contacts. What's the bear? Okay, oh my god, Sierra 1 is 4.5 kilometers away. Oh my god, they are so close. Conditions. We need to identify them. What submarine are they? We've not got very good equipment in this, so we could be in trouble. Let's flick through what submarines we've got. So we know they're like SSGNs. I think that's a Victor 1.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
He's occupying the bracket at about 400 feet, so we're going to drop down to 400 feet. Get on a level with him.
Make depth 400 feet, dive by.
Now, the problem with this submarine is that it's got a crush depth of about 700 feet. It cannot go very deep at all. So we're in a spot of bother here. Screw anatomy revision, I want to learn about subs. Ask any questions about submarines, I'll do what I can. So again, for anybody wondering, this submarine, it's changed since I last played it all those months ago. There are now like actual wires in the game that affect the mechanics of the submarine, and I only have 1 wire, which means if I fire 1 torpedo I'll be able to control it, but if I tried to fire another torpedo I'd have to cut the wire of the first one in order to shoot it, otherwise I'd lose control. So I can only fire 1 wire at a time basically. Yeah, the lack of thermal air is going to be a pain in the ass, yeah, definitely. The thermal layer, for anybody that doesn't know, is basically it's basically where warm and cold water meet, and it creates almost a pocket of difficult to penetrate water with sonar. Sonar doesn't penetrate a thermal layer very well, and as a result you can kind of go up there or above it or below it, as long as the contact is on the other side of it, to hide. That's how that works. So let's have a look here. They are very close. It may look like they're quite far away, but they are actually very close. They are only 5,000 yards, which is in submarine terms right up my arse. This is our contact signature. So based on what we know about the Victor 1's sonar system, we are currently undetected. As soon as that gets to about -1 or 0, they'll have an idea where we are. So we need to get ready for such an eventuality. At the minute, we're in what's called the target motion analysis phase. Up here, or over here, you'll see that we've got a contact mark. We've got this. Can I make the interface a little bit bigger for the people who are watching on mobile and things like that? Video interface size 1.2. Oh my god, no! I think that's I think that's a little bit too big. Let's put it down to like 1.1. Oh, now it's blurry as fuck. Never mind. That's probably a tiny bit easier to read. Right, so it might be. It could be terrible.
Dive at 400 feet. Dive I.
So we're currently pulling 10 knots, which is very interesting.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Rig ship for ultra quiet. Beg your pardon. There we go. Sorry, the contact is at 10 knots, and he's moving this way. Interesting. Target solution is at 53%. 54%. It's increasing as he gets slower, or closer, sorry. So we're going to change our heading now. Fair enough. You don't need a wire if you set it up correctly. No, you always need a wire. It looks like a massive nuclear wasp, I suppose it does. Right. What are we going to do? In fact, I'm going to set that back. It's already hurting my eyes. Much better. Right. So, what we're going to do, we're going to change heading. So, at the minute we're in the middle of what's called target motion analysis. And what we've done is, if you imagine sort of putting a pin on a map, and then if you move where you are in relation to the target, and then read... Oh shit, he's just gone active.
Con sonar, Sierra 1, come right to 111, helm I.
Shit, okay, he just went active, so I think he just detected us in some form. He's now pinging us with active sonar. Let's drop down another 100 feet. Oh shit, just got interesting.
Make depth 500 feet. Dive I.
I'm going to stay in ultra quiet for as long as it's necessary. By pointing him like this, I'm reducing the amount of sonar cross-section. So he's somewhere out in front of me now. He could have fired a torpedo at us. Shit just got interesting. Right. Let's get ready some
steady course.
Firing point procedures on the bearing of Victor 1. So let's ready tube 1. So firing point procedures, bearing 112. Range to enable we're going to set to 2,400 yards. Ship ready 2 ready. Fire tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Tube 1 away. They're hitting us.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
Sierra 1 launch transient. You can see those bubbles back there. They've just launched a torpedo back at us. Right, activate the homing warhead.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Weapon acquired. Okay, helm, bring us up to a head flank. Bring us to 30 knots.
Turns for 30 knots. Maneuvering I.
Depth set us, dive set us 600 feet.
600 feet. Dive I.
Bring us 30 degrees rudder right. Let's begin our evasion. Okay. Bring us up. Hold steady course 191.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Lost the wire. Weapon broken. They're now tracking the Victor 1. Victor 1's turned away. He's probably lost his wire as well. As long as we can get some speed up, we can get out of the search pattern of this enemy torpedo. We need to get away from it as fast as we can. We're pulling 26 knots. Oh, he's so close to us. Holy shit. If he goes active now, he'll find us, and then we've got to begin the duet. We've got to start the knifing. Oh, it's gonna get interesting. Torpedo's tracking. He's not dropped any countermeasures yet. Let's turn behind the torpedo. Give us 30 degrees rudder left.
Con, sonar, torpedo in the water. Torpedo in
Torpedo
the water.
in the
Bearing
water.
0, 6, 1.
He's got us. Right, we're gonna go below him.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Passing 600 feet. Passing 700 feet.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 3, 0
Right, bring us back
knots.
up. We're at 800 feet, which is well below what we should comfortably
Passing
be at.
800 feet.
So flood our dive tanks and bring us back up. Give us
Passing
10 degrees on the
800 feet.
planes. Let's get back shallow. Let's turn in on the torpedo. Give us full rise on the planes, please. 30 degrees on the planes, 30 degrees on the rudder. We've got to get above this guy.
Passing 700 feet. Passing 600 feet. Passing 500 feet.
Drop the planes.
Con, sonar, we are cavitating.
There we go.
Con, sonar, regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 1, 0, 3.
Drop the planes, minus 30. Give me 30 degrees rudder left.
Passing 400 feet. Passing 5.
Con, sonar, no longer cavitating.
No longer cavitating.
Passing
It's turning
600
in on
feet.
us. Got to get right underneath
Passing
him.
700 feet.
700 feet. Go as straight as the crow flies.
Passing 800 feet.
800 feet. That's a test. Test torpedo.
Passing 800 feet.
Positive on the planes. Let's turn in behind the torpedo. Let's try and stay behind it
Passing
if we can.
700 feet. Passing 600 feet.
Let's just
passing
play the
500
turning
feet.
game against this torpedo.
Con, sonar, we are cavitating.
Torpedo.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 1.
Con, knuckle formed.
Okay. Evasion's getting fresh as fuck.
Con, sonar, regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing
Let's
1,
try and I
0,
can't even
0.
begin to start target motion analysis. Countermeasure's
Con,
been dropped.
sonar, regained contact on
Passing.
Con, sonar, no longer cavitating.
No longer cavitating. We're now behind the weapon.
Passing 500 feet.
Con, sonar, we are cavitating.
Fuck me. You little
Passing
bastard.
400 feet.
We're now behind the weapon.
Passing 300 feet.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 1.
Passing 200 feet.
Con, sonar, regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 1, 0, 2. Con, sonar, regained contact on Sierra
shit.
1, bearing 1, 1, 7. Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra
there
2,
was an
last
explosion.
bearing 1,
Oh my God.
0, 2. Con, sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
Sierra 1's right there. Okay, snapshot 2. Oh, we can't even snapshot 2. Oh shit, shit just got interesting. Right, I've got to dive
Passing
again.
200 feet.
Fuck, he's right there. He is right there. Holy fucking
Passing
shit.
300 feet. Passing 400 feet.
Right, drop a decoy.
Passing.
Bring us down to all back emergency.
Make turns for 0.
Con, sonar, no longer cavitating.
All back emergency. Another launch transient directly off our front. Let's just snapshot.
Con, maneuvering,
Instantly activate the
making turn-
weapon. Bring us ahead full.
Make con, sonar, torpedo in the water.
Fire another
Torpedo in the
MOSS.
water. Bearing 1, 1, 6.
Passing 600 feet.
Turn us away. Oh my
sonar,
god.
Noisemaker bearing 1, 1, 3.
Shot's gonna hit home. Oh, fuck me. I think we got him. We hit him.
Passing 600
He's
feet.
close. Right, we gotta get our speed up again. Holy shit. Bring us back up. Right, we got speed up
Passing
again.
500 feet.
Con, sonar, we are cavitating.
Right, turn back in on the weapon. Right, we've got to see if we
Passing
can't.
500.
Con sonar, no longer
We've
cavitating.
got to see if we can't lose these weapons. There we go.
Passing 600 feet.
Hopefully the weapons are going to start chasing this fucker here. Looks like they're going for the wreck of the other boat. Perfect. They're going for the wreck of the other boat because it's creating more noise. Oh no, they're chasing the decoy. They're chasing the decoy. Let's get some distance between us and that decoy then. Oh my goodness. Let's get out of here. Oh god. Oh shit, that was terrifying. Oh my god. There we go, they're all chasing targets. That Victor 1's on its way to the bottom. God, it was right next to us.
Making turns.
Yeah, hold
for
on to your
3,
lunch. Jesus,
0,
I hope no one had any big dinners. Because holy shit. Right, stuff's about to get interesting. Right, Helm, drop us down to a head stop, or full
Make
stop.
turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
So we're totally silent now. Hopefully we don't pick up a contact. We're just coasting in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Another torpedo searching high. Let's turn us 30 degrees rudder right. Hold steady on course 3... Or no, hold steady course 002. We're currently at all ahead stop. Or all stop, sorry. Helm, bring us to a head 1/3. Bring us 5
Make
knots.
turns for 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Depth, bring us or keep us steady at 700 feet.
Make depth 700 feet. Dive high.
There we go. Oh god, that was such a fucking knife
Con
fight.
maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
Okay, fire control, or I guess it would be torpedo room. Reload tubes 1, 3, and 5, please. Or sorry, 1, 3, and 4, please. Reload tubes 1, 3, and 4 with Mark 48s. Now we've just got to sneak away. So all of those weapons are out there chasing my decoy, and we've got another torpedo over there searching shallow. Helm, I want you to bring our course right, please, to bearing 038.
Come right to 038. Helm aye.
Helm I? Or con I? Holy shit. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh my god, I can't. That was intense. That was, honestly, that was fucking butt pinching. That was good grief. So basically, what had happened there, I didn't realise it, but what had happened is that the Victor 1 that we identified, so there was
steady course.
the Victor 1 and Sierra 2, because we didn't identify Sierra 2. Sierra 2 must have got caught up.
Tube 1 ready.
Can't I? Torpedo room, that's right. Yeah, basically the weapon must have got sucked up on Sierra 2 so that Victor 1 could close to right next to us. Now the reason we didn't see Victor 1 was because we were going so fast. If you look at our signature board here, you'll see this is the contact, basically the spectrum here of our sonar frequencies. We've got really low band frequencies and really high band frequencies. If I speed up to 30 knots,
Turns for 3,
you'll
0
see the lines.
knots.
We
Maneuvering
get
aye.
way more interference the faster we go, and the more interference you have, the harder it is to identify quiet contacts. So you see now there's so much water rushing over the sonar that it's creating loads of background noise, and there's nothing we can do about that. But if I drop it down to
turns
all
for
back emergency
0
and slow
knots.
down,
Maneuvering aye.
you'll see it becomes much
Make
quieter.
turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
And when I stop altogether, it's virtually silent. So if I bring us to a head 2/3, which is 10 knots,
Make turns for 1, 0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
there we go.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 1, 0 knots.
Lovely. Okay, well that was really intense. Now the reason that was so intense is because fucking it's an enemy bloody. Oh god, that's so ridiculous. I think we've still got weapons nearby. Yeah, there's no enemy vessels though, which is good. There are still weapons searching all the way out there. You do this, you can see that's our MOSS weapon, and it's being chased by 2. That's a U-set. That's a U-set. No, these aren't U-sets, these are the other ones. But they're both chasing this decoy. So they get to the decoy. This basically emulates the sound of a submarine. It's an MOSS.
Tube 4 ready.
It emulates the... Oh, we can actually see the Victor going down. Oh, so that Victor's on the bottom. Oh, look at this. This is really interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. Oh, that's super interesting. The ship hasn't taken on enough water. It's achieved neutral buoyancy. It's out of action, but it's achieved neutral buoyancy. That is so interesting. So the ballast tank's flooded, but it's not sinking. That's very interesting. Basically, there's enough air trapped at the back, and it's taken off enough. In the same way that I'm able to plink along at 700 knots, or 700. I wish. 700 feet here is because we've achieved something called neutral buoyancy, which means the positive and negative pressure in the tanks are equal, and that allows the submarine to stay at 600 feet. If I flood the ballast tanks with water, then I begin to sink. I start going down, as the depth meter here shows. So I've now got negative pressure in the tank. If I put positive pressure in the tank, it fills the tanks with air, and because we don't have as much ballast on board, we've got less ballast, we then begin to rise, and the depth meter goes up to 700. I just get him to level out.
Make depth 700 feet, dive I.
So that's how that works. It's very interesting stuff. Right. So all we need to do is just get away from the weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a cat somewhere? I had a cat somewhere then. Right. So that's terrifying. You know what? I never blow ballast tanks, so we might blow some ballast tanks for shits or giggles. So basically, there's one emergency thing. Oh shit! I just missed a sub. Jadtech, thank you very much, mate. What's the maximum depth of this submarine? The test depth is 700 meters, so we're right on test depth at the moment. So, for anybody wondering what test depth is, it is your crush depth, basically. When they build these, nuclear attack submarines, they're not entirely. They're not totally sold on the idea of actually testing one to destroy it. These things cost millions and millions of dollars, in the Americans' case, to produce. And just building one so that they can sink it just isn't very cost effective for the Ministry of Defence. So what they end up doing instead is creating something called a test depth. That is the deepest point that the engineers believe the submarine can perform to, or reasonably perform to. You could go beyond the test depth of a submarine, but only within reason. That is the deepest point that the designers think it will go to, essentially. Don't blow the tanks if there's still aircraft. There's no aircraft, it's just us, just normal stuff, just the submarines. It was a cruise missile submarine fleet that we just fought. The other submarine here looks to be a Charlie, which is a nasty one. This one is capable of shooting missiles, this one. I believe from the torpedo tubes. Very interesting that it's achieved neutral buoyancy. So, like I say, basically there are emergency ballast tanks on board, basically special reserve tanks, ballast tanks, that allow the ship to raise in the event of emergency. And if you fire your ballast tanks, or you flood your ballast tanks, or blow ballast tanks, you basically blow all of the water out of them and fill them all with air, and that gives you incredible rise. So if we fill the ballast tanks normally, we can only get to 30, but if we blow the ballast tanks, which I believe is like control D, no, that drops a decoy, control Q, I can't even remember now. It's control blow ballast, shift R, sorry. So emergency deep is shift T and blow ballast is shift R. So if we hit shift R,
Emergency surface the ship, dive I.
Emergency surface, so that blows the ballast tanks, and that brings us up to 60. Now there is a trick to this. The emergency surface has to recharge. I can't...
Charging high pressure air banks after emergency blow. Unable to dive.
There we go. So they're charging the high pressure air banks.
Passing 500 feet.
So this is a special... you're going to see it like Free Willy out of the water here.
Passing 400 feet.
It's a special mechanic that means that if you take on water and you can't raise depth, you can blow
Passing
ballast
300 feet.
to bring you up to the surface. There we go. We should see it breach in
Passing
a second.
200 feet. Passing one.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
There he is. So now we're out. You can see that if you cavitate, you create bubbles on the surface. It's very easy for aircraft to spot cavitation. So now you'll see that our ballast tanks are recharging. I know stream, like the Twitch compression doesn't do dark very well, but it's currently recharging. We're currently only pulling 8 knots as well, so let's bring us to a head
Make
flank.
turns for 30 knots. Maneuvering aye.
So you'll see we're creating quite a bit of wake here. Really, a submarine should never surface for any reason whatsoever in a combat environment. You should just never surface, general rule of thumb. You can see how much, like, fucking just mess the propeller's creating at the back. Slowest emergency blow ever. Yeah. Sweet. Are we far enough away from the weapons? Yes, we are. We can leave combat now. Charlie 2. Yes, it was a Charlie. I guessed right, and a Victor. But we fired one of our critical MOSS weapons, so that's a bit scary. Right, let's continue. So we get a newspaper article. Soviet subs have been spooked. Incidents involving attacks on transatlantic convoys by hostile submarines in and around the North Atlantic have rapidly diminished. An anonymous spokesperson suggested increased NATO submarine operations in the area are a contributing factor. However, the Pentagon denies such claims. Without the threat of attacks from submarines, the transatlantic crossings are becoming more efficient and suffering fewer losses. If this improved influx of supplies and war materials can be sustained, NATO forces will be in a position to take the fight all of the way back to the Iron Curtain. Too spoopy, exactly. Oh, here we go again. Right, a wolf pack. So tactical situation. We've got another mission coming in, top secret. A wolf pack of enemy cruise missile submarines is believed to be operating in an area about 200 miles north of Iceland. Important NATO naval forces will be moving into this region shortly. Therefore, you are ordered to find and sink all enemy attack submarines in the area. Intelligence believes that the additional enemy naval forces may pass through the area. So we've got so there's definitely going to be some attack submarines, but there is also a chance that additional naval forces will show up as well. So 200 miles north of Iceland. So somewhere around here then. It's not 200 miles between there and there. Oh, well, it is actually. So about here. The Denmark Strait, in and around this area. They've got somebody here operating in the Norwegian Sea. Let's see who the fuck is coming. There's those guys there. If they're operating north of Iceland, we should just hang about and wait for them. Because they've got to come up here. There they are. Let's get them. There we go. See? They transited through the Greenland Sea. Sneaky bastards. Is it a submarine won by wolves? Yes, that's right. Spoopy submarine time. So, comrade captain. I don't know why it says comrade captain. Maybe we've got to say. I think the first officer is a Russian spy. I think there was a bit of the old Freudian slip there. Comrade captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 335. Designated Sierra 1. EXO reports that our depth is 600 feet, heading 345, which means we're just heading just a little bit off northwest. Our speed is 20 knots. Local conditions are overcast with a light breeze. There is no surface duct and no thermal layer. We are going to close to 15,000 yards. Ship ready and rig for ultra quiet running.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
We're in the Arctic, so we've got some icebergs in and about. It's quite a clear day as well, so you can imagine how icy cold the water is here. Should be fun. So we're dropping down to silent running. Local conditions are very quiet. Ambient noise is 81 decibels. So once we slow down, we should have a reasonable basis to begin searching. Already an active sonar ping.
Con sonar, new con sonar. Launch transient from Sierra 1.
So already a launch transient. So snapshot 2-1 on the bearing of Sierra 1. Fire.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Activate weapon homing.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is cavitating.
Right. Helm or dive. Bring us down to, or bring us up to a head flank. Drop us down
Make
to 650
turns for
feet.
30 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Okay. Helm. Adjust the wire to the target. So 3, Can I not adjust the course of the weapon? I thought I could do that. I should be able
Con,
to...
fire control, we've lost the wire.
Oh shit, that's bad. Oh shit, that's very bad. Oh my god, it's coming this... Oh shit, I thought it was going to come back this way. So that's now in a snaking
dive at
search.
650 feet, dive I.
650 feet.
Con, knuckle formed.
Fuck it.
Make
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Right, bring us down to all stop.
Make turns for 0 knots. Maneuvering I.
Drop us down to 700 feet. We've got a snaking search weapon in front of us. We can't go ahead of it because we've lost the wire. Basically, when you lose the wire, the torpedo becomes, the lack of a better term, feisty. This is very dangerous. Got a torpedo coming right this way. I'm hoping I can sink out underneath it. Dive, make depth 750 feet.
750 feet, dive I.
Sierra 2. Let's begin our target motion, or let's begin identifying targets. So we've got this one here. We know it's a submarine. Let's just get on a level playing field. Know what we're up against. Juliet,
Con sonar,
SSG.
Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
We've got two very faint lines here and here. A whiskey? Looks like we've got a whiskey class.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
Right. Helm, make turns for 3 knots.
Make turns for
Or maneuvering,
3
sorry.
knots. Maneuvering I.
Weapons coming in. Sink us out deeper. 800 feet dive.
Make depth 800 feet, dive I.
If we can, we're going to try and go below the weapon. Torpedoes found a target. Helm, adjust course. Give me 5 degrees on the rudder left. Silent as she does it. This is very close.
Con sonar, torpedo in the water.
Torpedo in the water, weapon acquired, ahead flank! Give us 30 degrees, rudder right, dive, bring us up to 600 feet.
Make depth 600 feet, dive I.
We've got to get up some speed. Right, bring us above the weapon, give me 30 degrees on the planes, we're going to go over
Con
it.
sonar, noisemaker, bearing 322.
Passing 700 feet.
Fuck. Right, turning on the weapon, keep
Passing
turning.
600 feet.
Okay, dive, level us off, bring us in behind the weapon. Give us 30 degrees right rudder.
Passing 500
Con sonar, we are cavitating. Con sonar, lost contact.
Lost
Sierra
contact,
1,
Juliet has
last
been
bearing,
sunk,
3,
Juliet class
2,
has been
2,
sunk.
Contact breaking up.
Dive, bring us down to 650
Make
feet.
depth 650 feet, dive I.
Belay that
Make
500
depth
feet.
500 feet, dive I.
Stay behind the weapon. We've got to stop cavitating. As long as the only good thing about the skipjack is that it's super fucking maneuverable, so I can stay behind the weapon. As long as I can stay behind the weapon, it can't hit me back. I'm full on Tokyo drifting this shit. As long as I can stay back here.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 30 knots.
This is the safest place I could possibly be right now, right behind it. I need to slow down, I'm overtaking it. Bring us down to a head full.
Make turns for
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
No longer cavitating, aye? Oh, but now we're losing it. Bring us back up
Con
to a head
sonar,
flank.
we are cavitating.
Make turns for 28 knots.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
They're still pinging us with active. We're getting returns off the hull. They know exactly where we are. I can't do anything until I've lost this torpedo though. Right. Bring
Con
us down.
maneuvering. Making turns for 28 knots.
Right, bring us down to a head standard.
Make turns for 15 knots. Maneuvering I.
I've got to fire a snapshot on the bearing of the whiskey. So snapshot tube 4. Range to enable 2,300 yards. Ship ready, 2 ready, fire tube 4.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 15 knots.
Right, bring us back up to a head flank.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Give me 20 degrees right rudder. And now give me 30. Give us full 30 degrees right rudder. Activate homing on tube 4. Weapon running normally? Okay. We're going to hold in this circular sort of knife fight behind the torpedo here.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Lost the wire, aye. Reloads tubes 4 and 1 with Mark 48s. Okay, give us 0 degrees on the rudder and then 30. Let's realign. There we go. Back behind the weapon. Give me 20 degrees right rudder. Try and stay behind it. We're going at full whack.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 30 knots.
Making turns for 30 knots. Give me another 5 degrees right rudder.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
We're going to be fucking dizzy after this. If that thing blows up, we might have a problem, yes, I know. But I can't really get any further behind it. These torpedoes run for... Oh shit, I've tabbed out. Whoa. It's pretty nuts. Kill yourself. Yeah, this is tense. Oh shit, we're going to overtake it. Give me 0 degrees on the rudder and then full 30 right rudder. Right, I've got a plan for torpedo evasion. I wonder if I can get it to hit that iceberg if we get there fast enough. Oh shit, we've got another weapon transient.
Con, knuckle formed.
Right, let's make a break for this iceberg. Dive, bring us down to 550 feet.
Make depth 550 feet, dive I.
And let's make a break for the iceberg. See if we can't get it to hit the iceberg. The torpedo will eventually run out of fuel, that's right. But he's going to get on our ass long before then. So we have another weapon transient somewhere out here. Torpedoes acquired us, it's going up to depth. Another 2 weapons away. I can't fire torpedoes at this speed. Right, let's make a knuckle and then drop down to all back emergency.
Con, knuckle formed.
All back
Con
emergency.
sonar, no longer cavitating.
Slow down and let's fire a weapon on the bearing of the launch transient. So ship ready, 2 ready, fire snapshot, bearing 002, range to enable 5,200 yards.
Making turns for 5 knots.
Let's adjust that heading. Decoy drops.
Make turns for 3
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Bring us down below the weapon.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Lost the
Passing
wire, aye.
500.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
No longer cavitating. Can't I turn in on the weapon or turn away from the weapon?
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 330. Contact faded.
Try and follow our weapon to the target. We need to get below this thing. It's going to acquire us. Oh no, it isn't. It's
Passing
turning
600
away.
feet.
Oh no, it's going into a snaking search. Can we get below it?
Passing 700 feet.
Very interesting. Give me 25 degrees right rudder.
Passing 800 feet.
Let's bring us up. Ballast tanks flood 30. Let's bring us back to a safe depth. Safe depth, safe depth, safe depth. Reloads tube 4.
Passing 800 feet.
800 feet. As soon as this one weapon that was chasing us runs out of fuel, we'll be golden. He's going to turn in on us. Give us 30 degrees left rudder. He's turning in on us. Is he going to get to depth before I do? Right,
Con
give us
sonar.
30 degrees on the planes, 30
Con
degrees on the
maneuvering,
ballast. We're going to have to
making
come
turns
above him.
for 30 knots.
Give us 30
Passing
degrees right
700
rudder.
feet.
And now give me full depression on the planes,
600
full
feet.
depression on the ballast. Turn in behind the weapon. Oh no, we're turning into the weapon. This is going to sting if we don't pull
Con
this off.
sonar. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 3, 5, 3.
Another torpedo in the
Passing
water.
700 feet.
Flood ballast. Get full rise on the planes.
Torpedo room. Passing 800 feet.
Con sonar lost.
Passing 800 feet.
Ah, lost contact on the whiskey.
Passing 700 feet.
Now we've got another
Passing
one. Full
600
depression
feet.
on the planes. Flood ballast. Give us 30 degrees right
Passing
rudder.
Con sonar. We are cavitating.
Passing 500 feet.
All ahead.
Con sonar. No longer cavitating.
Oh shit, he got us. Bastard. Yep, it broke our back. Can we abandon ship? We are at escape depth. Hull breach. Pressure hull breach. We have critical damage, uncontrolled flooding, and are beyond escape depth. We're beyond escape depth. Abandon ship. USS Shark, SSN 591, lost with all hands, sunk by Set 65 torpedo. Bugger. He got us. Damn. That was very close. There we go. Nuclear sub sunk. A NATO spokesperson confirmed that a US nuclear attack submarine has been lost in action. Although details are incomplete at this time, sources close to the Pentagon say the submarine was lost with all hands during the course of duty. And the defeat in Europe. Apparently there's one nuclear attack submarine that we were driving hinged the whole fate of Europe on it. So that's one of those. I wish there was kind of like, I know it's obviously difficult to facilitate, but I wish there was combined operations. News Titans. Soviet naval forces have taken the initiative and now dominate the Atlantic and Norwegian Sea. Transatlantic resupply convoys struggle to make the journey, and an escalating loss of materials and men at sea makes it only a matter of time before they stop arriving altogether. Currently in exile, political leaders from occupied territories have voiced strong concern over the risk of the Iron Curtain being brought further west. Fears of permanent occupation have sparked a refugee crisis, with hundreds of thousands fleeing NATO's contracting border areas. Just cover it up with flex tape, exactly. Iron Curtain draws over Europe. Hundreds of thousands of refugees flee towards the English Channel as the red stain of communism, a bit strongly worded, finally dominates the continent. In occupied Europe, it is rumoured that many from the middle class and academia are being sent to re-education camps in increasing numbers. The Soviet occupying forces have clamped down further on security in response to what they claim is actions of subversion by capitalist-classed enemies. Uncertain times ahead. Due to the economic and military strain of the recent conflict, analysts expect that despite the cessation of hostilities, the Cold War climate will return and indeed persist and escalate for decades to come. Detente? I don't know what that word is. Now seems a naive fantasy. The recent clash will no doubt require sustained future expansion of military expenditures and continuing domestic sacrifices, both Eastern nations and by Western nations, that remain free. Commander Quebec, days at war 4. Only 2 missions accomplished. We sunk 4 enemy submarines for a pitiful amount of 16,000 tons. There was little hope for you and your crew. The twisted remains of the USS Shark have come to rest on the sea floor, a lasting monument to all those brave souls who served aboard. Al dente is saying that it's saying that we'll never have perfectly cooked pasta. Exactly. So that's it. We sank out, and then we got the credits. But we're gonna have another stab at it. Do we want to play in the skipjack class again? I feel like we want. I feel like we have a certain vendetta now to play as the NATO. So the Russians won the war that time, but we're going to sink them. Vacation camps, exactly. So let's go for another campaign run. We're going to go for another North Atlantic 1984 campaign. But which submarine do we want to play in? That's the question. Some people want us to play. So NATO wins. Can't do that. Got to sink the Russians now. Got to get our payback. What do we think? So what submarine should we play in? We've got a few choices. We've got the Narwhal. We've got the Sturgeon class. We've also got a Permit. I think it's probably my favourite, the Permit class. I don't know why. There's just something cute about that tiny little... Look at this. It's like a person with a really long neck, the Sturgeon class. But then you look at the Permit one, it's like, oh, it's so cute. It's like a tiny little conning tower. I don't know why. I don't know why. It just tickles me. And a much more agreeable test depth of 1,300 feet. Bear class. I don't think there is a bear class. Sea bear. Is that a SpongeBob reference? Anti-sea bear underpants. That's what the Soviet commanders need. Oh, Virginia. I don't think that's 1984. Yeah, it's 2000, I'm afraid. Trying to keep it all in the right period of time. How many people were aboard the Skipjack? It is a 93 cruise ship, so 93 men just went to the bottom. Hope you got my... Yep, I've got my underpants on. A Seawolf. Is that 1984? No, 1990s. Slightly too modern. I got all of these ones. I do like the idea of playing the Permit again, although I do always play the Permit. No, I'm a little bit torn. Which one I should play? We could play like a British submarine. Should we play a British submarine? What have we got? Here we go. A Valiant. 1990s. That's a Dutch one. Fucking hell, what the fuck? Who the fuck designed... they're modded submarines, you can't blame them. We've got the Astute is too new, but we've got a Trafalgar and a Swiftsure and a Dreadnought. So does the Trafalgar or the Swiftsure? Does that... Or the Trafalgar? Should we play in a Trafalgar class submarine? Does that catch people's fancy? What do we think? UK all the way, Trafalgar. Back again, the Trafalgar class submarine. Right, let's have a quick read about it then. So, it is a 97 crew ship. It's got a test depth of 1,800 feet with 5 wires. It is carrying Spearfish torpedoes, Tigerfish torpedoes, UGM-84 missile systems, TLAMs, which are Tomahawk land attack missiles, and MOSS decoys, which are mobile ship simulators, which is cool. We have got a Type 1007 British submarine, like the ref. So yeah, search radar. That's a radar. Sorry. We've also got sonar 2074 and sonar 2076, both on the towed array and on the hull and towed array, respectively. Self-generating noise is 123 decibels, and the escape depth is 600 feet. The Trafalgar class were designed in the early 1970s during the Cold War as a refinement of the preceding Swiftsure class. Including HMS Dreadnought, the Trafalgar class are a 5th generation of nuclear-powered fleet submarines to enter service with the Royal Navy. The first of the class, the HMS Trafalgar, was ordered on the 7th of April 1977 and completed in 1983. The last, HMS Triumph, was ordered on the 3rd of January 86 and completed in 91. All 7 boats of the class were built and completed by Vickers Shipbuilding and Engineering at the Barrow-in-Furness shipyard. So these are the modern amount. It looks like we got them just in time for this war as well. 1983 the first Trafalgar entered service, so we got it just in time for the 1984 campaign. So this is a nice modern British attack submarine. This should be pretty good. Right then, let's play in a Trafalgar then. Let's rock and roll. So, Sub Plant, Commander Quebec, new command assignment. Effective immediately. You're in command of the Trafalgar class submarine, HMS Torbay, S90, submarine 90. Congratulations and good luck in your new command. We shall accept. Lovely stuff. We also get the interface in a nice blue, I believe, which is nice. Right then, so, tactical situation of our first mission, top secret class of the Torbay S90. Recent recon overflights show a large force of enemy landing ships and surface combatants preparing to sail within 3 days. Navops believe that they will attempt to conduct an amphibious landing of Narvik, Norway, Bad weather prevents airstrikes, and NavOps is depending on you to intercept and destroy this force before the landing occurs. Sink and eliminate locate and sink enemy amphibious landing ships. Very well. Let's take a look at what we've got with us. We've got... Oh, look at this. So we've got... can anyone tell me the difference between a spearfish and a tigerfish torpedo? I would hazard a guess to say that the tigerfish is slightly more robust, but you'll have to tell me that. I'm afraid I don't know. We've also got shitloads of T-lambs. I don't know whether I want that many T-lambs, but we'll keep the default system, I think. The vertical... Oh, okay. We've got a vertical launch system that can only launch... Okay, that's very interesting. Never mind. One is a missile and the other is just a lion. There we go. Does anybody know the difference? Should I take more tiger fishes? I don't want to tab out in case it fucks stuff up. The spearfish is faster but does less damage, while the opposite for the tiger. So the tigerfish is a slower, more deliberately powerful one. Okay, that's fair enough. We've also got 4 for the vertical launch systems, which is interesting. We've also got 4 MOSS. We'll just keep the default loadout for now. So cast off and weigh anchor. So we need to get to Narvik in... well, it says Norway. But to be honest, I'd say that's more Sweden. Sweden. Let's get ready to repel an enemy landing force. Tigerfish has 40 kilograms more boom. That's a lot more boom. We've also got 5 watt. Oh shit, there they are. Right, intercepted. There we go. Hopefully we got there in time. So, comrade, we got another spy. Comrade Captain, we have a new sonar contact bearing 132, designated Sierra 1. XO reports that our depth is 600 feet, heading 149, speed is 20 knots. The local conditions are broken, light air, strong surface duct and a moderate thermal layer living at 257 feet below the surface. What was that I seen earlier about the Chinese subs? They're adding the South China Sea as like an additional campaign, which is pretty good. The spearfish runs at 60 knots, that's very fast. Right, so close to 20,000 yards and rig ship for ultra quiet running.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Okay, so we've instantly got 4 contacts. We've got a nice blue interface. Let's open up the command menu and start identifying contacts as we drop down in speed. We are approaching from the northwest. Contact's bearing is 118, so southeast. We know it is a surface ship, so let's begin our identification of the
sonar
surface
new
vessels.
contact bearing 098, designated Sierra 5.
So Sierra 2 is likely a
Sonar
Rapucha.
new contact bearing 115, designated Sierra 6.
So Sierra 2 is a Rapucha. Let's have a look. Sierra 3 is an alligator.
Sonar Sierra 3 is classified as merchant.
Sierra 4 is a merchant.
Sonar Sierra 4 is classified as merchant.
Sierra 1 is a warship. It's a Kara CG.
Sonar Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
Escort class. It is carrying a full array of weaponry, 9,700 tons. This is a decent warship. Got to be careful of it. Sierra 6 is a cannon, anti-submarine warfare.
Sonar Sierra 6 is classified as escort.
Not a very good one, but it's still anti-submarine. Number 5 is looks like a Krivak, I think it is. Or a Cashin, no, another Cashin, another anti-submarine warfare.
Sonar Sierra 5 is classified as escort.
So, we have got we've got 2 escort ships, or 3 escort ships. One of them appears to be some capital variant, and the other ones seem to be just normal ones. Okay, we're getting pinged. Looks like they're just doing some test pinging. They are currently, let's take a look at our closest ship, Sierra 3, currently occupying about 12,000 yards. So let's bring us up to periscope depth. Dive, bring us to 4-5 feet.
Make depth 4-5 feet. Dive I.
So we're going to come up and we're just going to stick our head above the water and see exactly what's going on. We're going to attempt to get some visual contacts. We're in low light at the moment. So as we come up, all should be good. Make good use of those 5 wires, I intend to. If we fire, if we're surfaced and we fire out of the vertical launch system, does it just flop and roll off like a fish on a boat? I don't know. I'd rather not risk it. Avoid helo fuckery. They've only got 1 helicopter up at the moment, so we should be alright. Doesn't seem to be close by either. Again, they're just test probing at the moment. There'll probably be more helicopters that come out as they come to tickle us. They're at 11,000 yards. We should see the alligator quite clearly. Alligator is at 126, bearing 126. Target motion analysis is at 60%. According to the targeting computer, Sierra 2 is moving in a southwesterly fashion, so that means the rest of the fleet should be as well. That's right, Alligator is moving southwest. Looks like so the whole fleet has got a southwestern vector. Cannon is holding very far south. We're just skirting the coast, yeah. Looks like the fleet hasn't detected us yet. They've not tried to scatter. We're coming up to 4-5 feet. We shall get ready to raise the periscope. Need to be at 50 feet at least to raise the periscope. There we go.
Up scope.
Up scope. Okay, so activate low light mode. Need to be at bearing 130. Here we go. Let's begin marking targets. Kara marked. Alligator marked. The Agumenta. The Rapucha. Continuing to scan. Cash in. No other contacts in the field line of view. Secondary scan. No visual. Cannon. All ships ready and accounted for. Drop scope.
Down scope.
Fleet formation is as follows. So they've got their big ship leading. And then they've got 2 anti-submarine ships behind them. Ships are making a northern
dive
turn.
At 4-5 feet, dive by.
We're going to go for the merchant ships first of all. So dive. Bring our depth down to 750 feet.
Make depth 750 feet, dive by.
And we're going to go down for an attack run. We have not been detected yet. We're going to use 3 spearfish torpedoes to attack the tenders and tankers, both the Rapucha, the Augmenta, or the Angumenta, the Angumar, and the Alligator. So the Angumar, the Rapucha, and the Alligator. Lots of active sonar. Target solutions are worsening as we drop below the layer. Hopefully they'll remain somewhat legible. We know he's about there. It's where he's going to be, that's the tricky thing. All donning Soviet colours, they're making a hard left turn. I don't think I've been detected yet. Propellers aren't moving that quickly. Container ship. This one. This doesn't look right. No, this is a different ship. Oh no, it is. Oh no, it is right. This is like an armed cargo ship, this one. Coming down to 500 feet. Have we regained the Alligator? We have. Right then, let's get ready to dance. Coming up to 600 feet now. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Right. They're making a southern turn. Alligator's turning this way. The cash-in might have them hit on us. No, not yet. We're too quiet. He's just adjusting for the turn. Right then, range to the target is 11,000 yards, so let's get ready to dance. We're levelling off on 750 feet. Right. Firing point procedures on both tubes 1, 2 and 3 on the bearing of Master 2, Master 4 and Master 3. Ready, tube 1. Firing point procedures. Bearing 143, range to enable 10,600 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Firing point procedures, tube 2 on the bearing of Master 4, bearing 144, range to enable 10,900 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 2.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
Firing point procedures on Master 3, bearing 144, range to enable 10,600 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 3.
Shoot tube 3. Aye, sir.
Weapons away, weapons running normally. All wires retained. Set all weapons to shallow search.
Con, dive at 750 feet, dive I.
Conditions are quiet, leave weapons running as passive. Right, let's open up the map. We're going to track all weapons to the target. Tube 1 is bound for the Rapucha here. We're going to guide them on. How's the Cashin doing? Difficult to say, really. Right, let's get a ship. Let's get a weapon ready for the Cashin here because he's the closest target. So, firing point procedures. Tube 4. Firing point procedures on the Cashin, bearing 116. Range to enable 5,400 yards. Ship ready, tube ready. Fire tube 2. Tube 4.
Shoot tube 4. Aye, sir.
Adjust range to enable 5,000 yards. The fleet is making a turn. Weapons have been detected. Adjust the firing point procedures of Tube 1, bearing 135, range to enable 8,600 yards. Firing point procedures on Tube 2, range to enable 10,600 yards, bearing 134. Weapon 3, change points of enable to bearing 133, range to enable 12,600 yards. All torpedoes have completed a southeasterly turn. It's the conga line of death, that's right. Firing point procedures, adjustment of Tube 4, bearing 099, range to enable 6,000 yards. Near as damn it. We are not going to fire from the vertical launch system just yet. Okay, activate warhead of Weapon 1.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
Weapon acquired, aye sir. We need to get weapons 2 and 3 past the enable point. So, firing point procedures on Torpedo 2. 135, range to enable 10,800 yards. Activate warhead on Weapon 4. It is now switching to active homing of the Cashin.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
Weapon acquired, aye sir. Rapucha is closing in. Weapon closing on the Rapucha.
Con sonar lost
Target
contact.
hit and
Master
destroyed.
2. Last bearing 136. Contact breaking up.
Adjust firing point procedures of Weapon 2. Weapon 3, firing point procedures. Oh my god, look how fast they're running. Jesus Christ. They are fast. Jesus, I had no idea. Oh my god, look how fast they go. They're just screaming along. Look at that, they're just skirting under the fleet. Isn't that cool? Right, Weapon 2.
Con, fire control.
Enabled.
Weapon acquired.
Look at it go! It's so quick. Oh my god.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 078.
God, they didn't stand a chance. Like a fucking... they're meteorites. Look how fast that's going.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 4, last bearing 136. Contact breaking up.
Adjust firing point procedures of tube 3.
Con, fire control,
Range
weapon
to enable
countermeasure
1,000 yards. They're taking on water on the stern. This is the 1984 campaign. We're using a British submarine, the Trafalgar class, that was made in 1983, or the first one was taken off the production line in 1983.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired. Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
This is a Spearfish torpedo. It's able to pull 60 knots, 60.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 5, last bearing 069. Contact breaking up.
In we go. We're going to shoot at this last one. Reload tubes 1, 2, and 4. Ding, 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 ding.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 3, last bearing 134. Contact breaking up.
Okay, prepare launch from the vertical launch system on the bearing of Master 1. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 5.
Shoot tube 5. Aye, sir.
So it shoots out of the bottom. That's really interesting. I thought it would shoot out of the top. So it's when it's for shooting targets below you. It's very interesting. Set weapon to shallow run. Right, we're going to enable the weapon early. There we go. Weapon enabled. It's going shallow. And set it to active homing.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Weapon acquired on the Carra. Carra is making a hard turn to starboard. Yes, port and starboard. Starboard. Hard turn. Look at that for a turn. We thought the skipjack turned hard. This thing turns like a motherfucker.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Tube 1 ready, aye. Right, firing point procedures on the bearing of Master 6 cannon. Tube 1 ready, stand by. Okay, firing point procedures. Tube 1, bearing 115. Let's get Master 6 up. Oh, he's coming very close. Stand by. Firing point procedures on Master 6, bearing 107. Range to enable 5,600 yards. Ship ready, tube ready, fire tube 1.
Shoot tube 1. Aye, sir.
Weapon away, weapon running normally. Helm, adjust heading on the bearing of tube 1, bearing 107.
Come left to 107. Helm aye.
You can see our torpedo racing in over there. Let's go and check in with him. He's not quite fast enough. God, these spearfish
fire
torpedoes
control,
are
weapon
absolutely
countermeasure
devastating.
homing.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
He's gone for
Con, fire
countermeasure
control,
homing.
weapon acquired.
Spearfish has seen through it. It's going to chase him. God, look how fast this thing moves. Look how fast. It's like we're playing on arcade or something. If it is not, that's just how fast the spearfish moves through the water. That's insane. I don't know whether we'll sink him in one go. We might do.
Steady course.
Oh, he's dropped a countermeasure. He's going for full-blown evasion. Oh, this is tense. Shit's tense, yo. Right, adjust firing point procedures on weapon 1 on the bearing of the cannon. Range 6,200 yards. Maintain bearing. Weapon 5 is once again searching for the target.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Weapon acquired, aye. This thing's got 16 minutes of fuel. That's the time to run, TTR. 16 minutes. We've also got him caught on his port side, which means he can't use countermeasures. This one's going to find its mark whether he likes it or not.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 1, last bearing 141. Contact breaking up.
Okay, Master 1 is taking on water, but it is not sunk. Weapon 3 is about to come to run shallow. Or Weapon 1, sorry. Weapon 1 is about to enable. Okay, adjust the bearing of Weapon 1. I can't seem to steer them now. I don't have any kind of active control over them. Maybe they changed that, or maybe it's because I've not got my
Con,
number
sonar,
locked on.
torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water. Bearing 293.
Torpedo in the water. Right, helm,
Make
give me
turns
all ahead
for
flank
30 knots. Maneuvering aye.
and reload a decoy in tubes 4. Reload a spearfish in tube 1.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
They fired a torpedo at me, the bastard. The Kara has sunk. It's officially taken on too much water. It couldn't sustain the flooding. We've now got this bastard to deal with. We're going to open up as much range as we can and see what we can do. We're going to head
Con,
towards
fire
the
control,
ships.
we've lost the wire.
We're going to head towards the sinking ship and try and dump it over with him. Surface depth conditions are at 1900 feet. Helm or dive, bring us down to 1500 and 1600 feet.
Make depth 1600 feet. Dive I.
1600 feet. We're going to try and dump the weapon on the sinking ship.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
At 28 knots.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
Tube 4 ready. Reload tube 1.
Con,
Let's get
sonar,
in close.
noisemaker. Bearing 112.
Let's get a wiggle on.
Con, knuckle formed.
Got a knuckle.
Passing 1600 feet.
It's only one of the light torpedoes. Need to get over to these ships as fast as I can.
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 30 knots.
Incoming. Give us a wiggle. Shake that ass.
Con, knuckle formed.
Currently pulling
Con,
30
torpedo
knots.
room, tube 3 ready.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Master 6, last bearing 103. Contact breaking up.
Give that ass a wiggle.
Con, knuckle formed.
Fuck you, bro. Oh, he's gone through my countermeasures. Shit.
Officer damaged, unable to contain the flooding.
Unable
Damage
to
control
contain
party,
flooding.
lead to the reactor space.
Way to the reactor space. Right, propulsion's
Damage control
offline.
parties, lay to the engine room.
Engine room, stand by. Taking a hit aft. Flooding is under control. Pumps are currently offline. Propulsion's dead in the water. I've only got a head 2/3.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
No flooding. Bring us
Damage
up-
control parties, lay to the reactor space.
Reactor space, pumps are offline. Hull integrity is at 67%, pressure holding. All ships have been destroyed. We are not flooding, but there is aircraft nearby. We're going to need to limp away. Right, helm. Set to bearing 289. Come left to 289.
Come right to
Right to
289. Helm aye.
Pumps are being repaired. It's only a very light torpedo that hits us. I wasn't quite fast enough getting to the Kara. Thought I could get here quick enough, but I couldn't outrun him. We were lucky. We could have got hit by a much worse torpedo than that. We are going to need to go back to port. I can only pull 10 knots as well. Again, flooding's under control. Let's speed up
Con,
time.
helm, steady course.
We aren't taking on water anywhere, which is good. Only the pumps were destroyed.
On, pumps have been repaired.
I tell you who dropped that. I bet you it was a fucking helicopter. I bet you this bastard dropped it. Swine. Right, we're just going to leave... oh, stand by. Something of significance just happened. What just happened? Where is that dipping sonar reappearing in the water? How close is he? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows these things? I certainly don't. I was wearing my anti-sea bear undergarments, that's right. So propulsion's knackered. Hull integrity's at 67%. Speed up time. Just keep our view of the world map open. No drama. Well, for the very, very small price of taking a submarine strike to the propulsion system, we have maintained a 6-fleet kill on a Kara as well. Nice little warship. My little warship. Nasty boat, this. Lucky we didn't get hit by this. This would have sunk us in one go. Very nasty warhead. Right, still aircraft nearby. Just going to keep going ahead flank. It's not too many ways different, so unless he's travelling south, I'm travelling north. Which means unless he's coming right above me, we should be fine. Let's load a Tigerfish into the vertical launch system, one of the heavy ones. There we go. There we go. So I don't know, how are people enjoying it so far? Is it good? I guess you're sticking around. I guess that's something. Dipping sonars north. Let's head south.
Come left to 205. Helm aye.
Let's try and get away from him. Put distance between us.
Con, helm, steady course.
Can't do anything. Propulsion's totally knackered. It's been destroyed. Oh, God. Oh, no, it's not the Wombles aren't coming, are they? Oh, God. Jesus, why? Oh, God. Do you have any surface-to-air missiles? I don't have any surface-to-air missiles for the helicopter. Sweet Jesus, where are they all coming from? Tigerfish is an older version of the Spearfish. I've been told the Tigerfish Adept is a stronger missile. Oh, they're not launched anything at us, have they? Oh, a second helicopter has launched a dipping sonar against us. I have to try and get away, but I don't have the speed. Hey, doing Molly, you alright? What do people think about notifications and things like that? Here's a good chance to ask loads of people. A lot of people don't...
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the old love heart. Spooky. Or Spook. Thank you very much, mate. I love you too, man. Yeah, well, in terms of notifications and stuff like that, obviously we've got the oh yeah for the subs there. Subs being a definite joke. Oh shit! Another fucking. Hang on. There's not another dipping sonar, is there? There's only two helicopters. There's only one helicopter, so I don't know why there's. Let's see where this dipping sonar appears. Sorry, let's see where this. Oh, Drunk Womble is drunk. Has he had a few to drink? Has he? Are we out? Yes, we're out. Okay, brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Zodiac, thanks very much, mate. Sweet. Great job. Pleased to hear the we're pleased to hear that you managed. We're very pleased to hear that you managed to sink tens of thousands of tons of fucking invasion equipment. It's very pleasing. So thank you, Command. Sorry, that's tickled me, that has. Pleased to hear the expected invasion of Narvik, Norway has been repelled. Await additional orders on this downlink. Lovely. This pleases us very much. Exactly. Oh, we got a medal. We got a medal and everything. The Secretary of the Navy expresses his heartfelt congratulations and takes great pleasure in awarding the Bronze Star Medal to Commander Quebec, commanding officer of the HMS Tabay, S90. Citation. Commander Quebec is cited for extraordinary heroism in actions against enemies of the United States. Oh, fucking England, fuck off. On the 24th of December, 1984. His unwavering resolve and self-sacrificing devotion to duty